Well, Beaumont, it seems our Catholic friends are after my blood. It is time for the people of Paris to know that their chief of police, Aristide Valentin, is an atheist and the avowed enemy of the Catholic Church.
I should take it as a compliment, sir.
We say that this man is unfit to hold office. Power in the hands of this anti-clerical is dangerous. The wolves are baying louder than ever. One would think the revolution had never happened.
You carry out your duties too well to please them. Monsieur?
It has come. Well?
Monsieur le Président has rejected your request for clemency in the case of Louis Becker.
Yes?
He is to be executed at 8 this evening.
Pardon. They do not waste time. No doubt my Catholic friends in the Assembly have been giving Monsieur le Président the benefit of their advice.
No doubt. Will you be going to the prison, sir?
It was I who had Becker convicted. The least I can do is to let him know that I tried to save him. Has it occurred to you, Beaumont, that by asking for clemency, I may have sealed his fate?
You have saved others?
I have more influence in other countries than in my own. At least they know the meaning of mercy, even if they don't always practice it. Has Becker's family been traced yet?
Yes, he has a brother who was in America until late this year. He's now believed to be working in Germany, in the Ruhr. Yes? Just a moment. For you, Monsieur Brain?
Yes?
Is that Mr. Valentine?
Good evening, Monsieur Bray. I hope I'm not to be denied the pleasure of your company.
Oh, no, indeed, no, indeed. But I wondered if I could bring along a friend.
Of course you may bring a guest. I shall be delighted.
He's a priest.
A priest?
An English priest.
An English priest?
He's by way of being a private detective.
An English priest who's also a criminologist. Oh, la la. My dear Monsieur Brain, if he's your friend, he will be my honored guest.
Oh, that's
Goodbye. They even invade my own home. Beaumont, I want you to go to Auteuil, receive my guests, bid them welcome. Thank you. Say that I'm detained. You will, of course, dine with us.
I shall be honored.
Oh. Will you look after this for me? I fear I'm not dressed as becomes the occasion, but it's unlikely that poor Becker will notice. In a drunken moment, he killed his wife. And now the laws of France are to murder him. It seems that one crime is never enough.
Hey, this is quite a place. Really something. You know, that's where you Europeans have us over a barrel. All we've got is size. What we don't have is history.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. It's an unusual house.
You mean not typically French?
Oh, I'm afraid I wouldn't know what typically French is. No, I mean a house of this size, almost in the country, and without even a scrap of garden at the front.
There is a garden at the rear, monsieur.
Oh.
Georges Beaumont, I'm assistant to Monsieur Valentin.
Well, hello there. I'm Julius Brain, and this is my friend Father Brown.
How do you do?
Enchanté. Monsieur Valentin sends his apology. He's detained on a police business, but will be here within the, pardon. Ivan?
The kitchen. Last door, down the stairs.
Some of Monsieur Valentin's other guests have arrived. Come, allow me to offer you an aperitif.
Well, it's quite extraordinary.
What is it?
No, I was thinking you French people are far more democratically minded than we are. You appear not to have a tradesman's entrance.
There is only one entrance to this house, monsieur, and you have just walked through it.
What? Only one?
Yes, and that entrance is always guarded. You see, because of Monsieur Valentin's profession, there are times when his life has been threatened. It is what you call, I think, the risk of the occupation.
Oh, yes.
This is a good house for a man who is in danger.
Yeah, we could do with a few houses like this back home.
Yeah, but you say there is a garden.
Yes, and the garden is surrounded by a high wall. And in that wall, there is no door.
A fortress.
A house. A house where the guests of Monsieur Valentin may dine in safety. Yes.
Yes.
Mesdames, Messieurs, may I present Monsieur Brain from the United States and Monsieur
Father?
Thank you, Father Brown. Lord and Lady Galloway.
Lord Galloway.
How do you do?
Lady Galloway.
How do you do?
And their daughter, the Lady Margaret Graham.
Lady Margaret. Proud to have you know.
The Duchess of Saint-Michel.
How do you do?
How do you do, Duchess?
And Dr. Bernard Simon.
Bernard Simon.
Even in France, we have heard much of Monsieur Brain.
Oh, that's very flattering. No, thank you. I never touch it.
The man who gives away millions of dollars to new religions.
Millions?
You
It's
are.
true, yes?
You are that Monsieur Brain.
Well, let's just say that I was.
Yes?
Yes, well, a lot of money has been given away at one time or another to crackpot religions.
Oh, I agree, Monsieur. Now, science, for example, you will not find anything better than science. to
Let's
give-
just say that I have seen the light.
Bravo.
But you will not deny that there can be no scientific progress where there is no money.
My wife and I are high church, you know. Oh, indeed. Yes, always have been. You are Anglican, aren't you?
Well, actually, no.
Church of England.
Church of Rome.
Oh,
Well, we know several Catholics, don't we, dear?
not priests.
Well, no, not priests.
I was always under the impression you fellows went in more for things of the spirit, didn't go into society much.
Oh, on the contrary, sir. There's nothing we like better. You see, we don't have to dress up for dinner.
Yeah. Well, I must say, I think it's damn rude of our hosts not to be present. There's the French for you, arrogant. Think themselves a cut above everybody else.
Oh, my God.
What's the matter? What is it? Good God. The infernal impudence. Typical of him, wearing a sword in a drawing room to show his contempt for protocol.
Is there something wrong?
We shall leave at once.
But he can't.
May I present Commandant O'Brien, Lord and Lady Galloway,
I think we've met.
I don't believe so.
and their daughter, the Lady Margaret Graham.
Lady Margaret.
Please. Oh, sorry. The Duchess of Saint-Michel.
Legionnaire, how do you do?
Enchanté, madame.
Have all my guests come?
Yes, Monsieur le Préfet.
Then we shall dine in 15 minutes. Bolt the door.
Have you been here before, Doctor?
In this house? Oh, often.
And is it true that there's only one entrance? And that the garden is surrounded by a very high wall without even a door or a gate?
Yes. In point of fact, the wall borders the Seine and deprives us of an excellent view across the river. Pity.
Oh, disturbing, I would say.
You have a fear of enclosed spaces?
I have a fear of what may happen inside them.
Ah, but Monsieur l'Abbé, you forget you're in the most civilized country in Europe.
Yes, perhaps.
Ah, the Legionnaire is favored of the gods. The Duchess is a most desirable creature.
Yet I suspect that the Commandant's desires lie elsewhere.
The young English lady? You are observant. Ah, but what taste to prefer Beaujolais to champagne.
Doctor, tell me, who is the Duchess?
She is the maîtresse, the mistress of our host. But whether she is the present mistress, the past, or the future, I have no way of knowing.
Don't look at him, Margaret.
Mother, I wasn't, and I assure you I have no wish to.
We should never have come to Paris. We should have gone straight on to Cannes. I only hope he has the good sense not to address himself to you. Your father will make the most terrible scene.
I'm not quite sure that I understand you, Lord Galloway.
I don't intend that you should. I'm simply requesting that my daughter should not go into dinner on the arm of that man O'Brien.
Of course, it will be arranged.
If you would be so good.
You mean you did not join the Fallen Legion because of a woman? How disappointing.
Well, my trouble, madam, is that I have a romantic nature. I never saw a woman I wanted to forget.
You have a reputation as a progressive, Mr. Brain.
Oh, maybe that's because I have the privilege of coming from a progressive country. Now, whenever I see something new or something that has never been tried before, I have to be in there and try for myself.
Excellent. And yet I wonder if you deserve that reputation.
Oh, how's that?
You've given away great sums of money.
You bet I have.
But who receives this money? The arts, the sciences? No. Is it used to make right what is wrong in the world? No. It goes to the churches.
Not anymore, it doesn't.
No?
No, sir.
I'm delighted to hear it.
What I mean is not to churches, plural. Is that for us?
Yes, but continue.
Well, where I come from, Mr. Valentine, we have a saying about putting all your eggs in one basket. Well, now, I've tried a good few new religions in my time, and believe me, they've cost...
I think the guests, shall we join them?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So a few months ago, I said to myself, Julius,
I think you can look down. My dear?
For the port.
Pardon, is this a custom of the English?
It's, what a custom.
The men sit in one room and drink cognac and smoke cigars, and the women must go to another room and wait for them? It is so?
That is what is done in English society, yes.
In France, men like the company of women.
Margaret! Where are you going?
Onto the terrace for some fresh air.
My dear, you must come with me. Yes, I will show you.
Of course, in the more progressive of our United States, we have the electric chair. I'm told this is practically painless.
You believe that?
Well, I have it on the best authority.
Monsieur, the only person who knows with certainty whether being electrocuted is without pain or not is never in a position to provide such information. No one at this table has seen an execution.
I have.
Oh, yes, of course. It is your function to provide the unfortunate with a visa for the next world.
Well, what else can I do, Monsieur Valentine, when you provide him with a deportation order from this one?
Not I, Monsieur l'Abbé. The law. But do understand me. I'm not one of those who say, let there be no more capital punishment.
Well, I'm
What
damn
I
glad
believe
to
in-
hear it. In my opinion, gallows is too good for most of them.
What I believe
Ought to
in
be
is-
horsewhipped first, then hanged.
What I believe in is that where a crime has been committed in a fit of anger or drunkenness without premeditation, then the law ought to be merciful.
Yes, I agree.
The reason why I was late this evening was because a criminal whom the Third Republic had regarded as a man of no... What is it?
Becca's brother, monsieur.
He has been found?
I think he has found us.
Pardon. I will not permit this. There's no need for this house to be guarded. It guards itself. You will come with me. If you will excuse me, gentlemen.
Guard on the house? What in Sam Hill does he mean?
I would hazard that there has been another threat against Monsieur le Préfect. It is of no importance. At certain times, these messages of death come like guests to a marriage.
At certain times?
I mean before or after an execution.
It's not the criminals outside bother me, it's the ruffians I'm obliged to break bread with.
Hold on just a minute, sir.
That would seem to be directed at me. Is it?
I'm not to be addressed by you, sir.
Well, your lordship could avoid that indignity by holding his tongue.
By God, I'm not going to sit here and endure that from a thief and a blackguard!
Gentlemen, please. Sir, it's only your age and my regard for your daughter that prevents me from calling you to account for that remark.
You dare mention my daughter, sir? There's a name for men like you, O'Brien. Scum!
I'd be careful if I were you, because you're not in England now, or presiding over a court-martial.
My God, I may be twice your age, but if I...
Gentlemen, please. I suggest that one of you might be the calmer for a stroll in the garden. Commandant.
Yes, well, being Irish, I never disobey a priest.
Thank you.
I'll address my goodbyes to Monsieur Valentin when he returns.
By God, it is a type of man I abominate it.
Margaret,
Do you know I'm engaged to be married?
are you?
So there's no point in...
Margaret, I have to talk to you.
No. We'll be seen.
We can walk in the garden.
Didn't even have the guts to stay and take his medicines. You know what he did while the court was still deliberating? He broke his parole and turned tail and bolted for it. No officer in my regiment has ever turned tail and fled. Froggies are welcome to him. And this is the man that my daughter...
Well, if there's one thing I enjoy, it's a good cigar. But I can't stand cigar smoke. I think I'll take me a look at the house.
Well, I don't know. I don't really. Yes, well, what was the verdict?
Eh?
Of the court-martial?
Verdict? The young fool didn't wait. Desertion.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, my.
If this gentleman were my patient...
Yes, well, there it is, Doctor. Such a waste, such a waste.
Bertie!
What is it? What's the
It's
matter?
time we left.
What's the matter?
I can't find Margaret.
Margaret? Well, isn't Margaret with you?
No, she went out on the terrace.
The terrace?
Well, Dr. Simon said you were asleep and not to disturb you, but that was 20 minutes ago.
She's with him. Out of my way. Margaret, where have you been? Have you been with him? Have you been with O'Brien? Answer me. Margaret! Now, where are you? No use hiding. I know you're there. You there! Stop! Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, my God. Help! Help, someone! Murder! Help! Here! Help!
Where you are.
Look there!
Is he dead?
Oh, it would seem to be. His throat has been cut. Dr. Simon, please. Excuse me.
Yes, he is dead. But died only minutes ago. The body is still warm.
But who is it?
Well, he's not one of us. a stranger, but how?
It's not possible.
Well, see for yourself. Here, help me lift him up, someone.
Oh, Commandant, you take the lift.
Take that leg.
I'll take the right one.
Right, are you ready now?
Careful. Lift. His head. His head been cut off.
For a moment.
Do you know the man?
No. It's a resemblance, that's all.
He does not belong to the household. One of the servants. But then how could he be, not dressed as he is? Well, haven't you noticed? He's wearing evening clothes.
How ironical. For years I've hunted mysteries all over the earth. And now one comes and settles in my own home.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Twigs.
What?
Near where the body was found, there are twigs. Snapped or chopped into tiny pieces. Look.
Father Brown, there are matters of more importance than fragments of wood. Doctor, I want your opinion. What kind of knife could sever a man's head from his body?
Well, I would say that it could not be done with a knife at all.
What kind of a weapon, then?
Not a modern weapon. Science has enabled us to find more convenient methods of killing a man than by chopping his head off. It could have been done with a headsman's axe or a two-handed sword.
Oh, yes.
Well, Doctor, do you mean a sword like... That is not in its correct position. It has been taken down.
Well, then it seems we may look no further.
But it could not have been used. See for yourself. It's blunted. To my knowledge, this house contains no other weapon which could have... Oh, Doctor. Could this crime have been committed with a French cavalry saber?
Are you suggesting...
I'm asking you for your professional opinion. Could it?
Yes. In fact, it would be the ideal weapon.
Thank you. Will you both come with me?
It's no good.
Oh. Commandant O'Brien,
Yes, monsieur.
you're not wearing your sword.
No, I took it off, left it on the hall table. It was cumbersome. And
There is no sword on the hall table. You may see for yourself.
Well, I left it there.
Homer, I want the sword to be found and brought to me. I suggest you make a search of the garden first.
It must be as long as a walking stick.
The sword?
No, I was referring to that cigar that Mr. Brain went off to finish. He's been gone the past half hour.
Where's Mr. Brain? Has anyone seen him?
I haven't. Not since he left the dining room.
Homer, will you find Mr. Brain and ask him to come here? Ladies and gentlemen. A man, a stranger, has been murdered in grotesque circumstances. For the time being, I intend, as prefect of police, to use my discretion. Being so public a figure, I can command privacy. My first concern is to exonerate every one of my guests before I hand the case over to an inspector. But on your honor, you will none of you leave this house until midday tomorrow. There are enough bedrooms.
Well, surely you don't mean to involve us in this
Lord
business.
Galloway, I'm attempting to arrange matters so that you will not be involved.
Monsieur,
You'd better make a start with him. I saw him in the garden just before I discovered the body.
Is this true, Commandant? You were in the garden.
I was.
You were alone?
Unfortunately, yes. See, I was hoping that the Duchess there might take a hint and come and keep me company. But no such luck. So I communed with nature.
And while you were there, a man was murdered.
It's a biggish garden.
What you're saying, Commandant, is that you cannot account for your movements at the time the crime was committed.
Account for my movements?
Is anyone there? Mr. Brain? Oh, so you found it already.
Only discovered, monsieur. And it was easy to find. It was on the balustrade of the terrace.
And the sword?
The servants are still searching the garden.
Well, Commandant?
I don't know where the sword is, and I have no idea how the scabbard came to be on the terrace. And come to that, I'm not in the habit of decapitating complete strangers.
Killing strangers is a soldier's everyday business.
I can vouch for Commandant O'Brien
Margaret,
because I
please.
was with him.
Margaret!
Commandant and I were once engaged to be married. We walked in the garden. He asked if we couldn't begin over again. I told him it was impossible.
Be quiet. No, it's all lies. Anybody can see she's just trying to shield him.
You want him to be guilty? Very well, then I'm guilty too. I must be, because I was with him. We talked. Then, for appearance sake, he let me return to the house alone.
And he remained on his own in the garden.
Yes. couldn't have done it. There wasn't time.
My dear Lady Margaret, by the laws of reason, this is a murder that no one could have committed. How did the victim get into the garden? Well, the answer is he couldn't have done so. It's impossible.
Yes, that's quite right. Apart from the twigs, that's the only clue we have.
What is?
It's impossibility.
Perhaps he climbed over the garden wall. A wall that high with spikes on top? Well, then he must have come through the house.
The front door, the only door, was locked and bolted. It still is. There are bars on the downstairs window. If in spite of this, he did somehow get into the house, let me remind you that there are 9 guests here and 4 servants. He could not have reached the garden unnoticed.
You leave us not much choice.
None at all. I mean, none.
I have no interest in solving this crime. I have 100 detectives at my bidding for such work. And through the years, I've seen too many dead bodies to be intrigued by one further puzzle. Games are for amateurs. All I care about in this matter is that my guests shall be cleared of all suspicion. Beaumont, once the rooms are made ready, there's no reason why the ladies shouldn't be able to retire, if you will bear with me.
Well, you go along, my dear.
What is it?
Pardon, monsieur, but the American gentleman has left the house.
Monsieur Brain has left?
Disappeared completely, and his coat and hat are gone too.
I give instructions for the door to be kept locked.
No, the American gentleman did not leave by the door, monsieur. After he had gone, it was still locked and bolted, and the key was in my pocket.
It's a joke. A game.
There is something else. I told Marceau to go outside to see if there's any trace of the gentleman.
Was there?
Oh, that's the sort. Could that be the one? Yes, it is. There's no doubt about it. That's the
There's blood on it. Where was it found?
In the bushes, about 15 meters from the house.
Which side of the house?
By the road to Paris.
But it seems that one of my guests cannot be exonerated. Bon, notify the Sûreté. Commandant, I must retain the sword for examination. But figuratively, I return it to you.
Thank you. And thank you, Lady Margaret, all the more. Because it was unnecessary.
The American death. But who would have thought it?
You sent for me, Monsieur Valentine?
I'm sorry to keep you from your bed, Father Brown. But I have a question or two concerning Mr. Bray.
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't disturb you to be in the presence of a dead body. Oh, I've forgotten. The afterlife is your stock in trade. You came here as Mr. Brain's guest. How well do you know him?
Well, I'm giving him instruction.
You're
in the Catholic faith. He makes no secret of the fact that he's decided to join our church.
Oh. Do you accept murderers into your faith, Father?
Oh, indeed, yes. Oh, heavens. All sorts. Even policemen.
But he is an American and you are English. How is it that you've both come to be in Paris?
Well, I'm on my way to the shrine at Rocamadour, and Mr. Brain is in France because he's thinking of coming here to live.
He may live here for a very long time, if he's fortunate.
You seem in no doubt as to his guilt.
He fled from this house. He took the murder weapon with him. Also, there's a connection between him and the dead man.
Oh? Why do you say that?
This.
That's an American dollar piece.
Dr. Seymour found it in the dead man's pocket.
Hmm?
So we may conclude that he's either an American like Mr. Brain, or that he had recently been to America.
Well, it's hardly what I'd call a strong connection.
These small things accumulate.
You must remember, Monsieur Valentine, that if I am Mr. Brain's guest, he is yours.
You may wish to know how it all came about.
Well,
very simply. He had a letter of introduction from an American chief of police, a man I used to work with in the past. In his letter, my friend said that Brain was eccentric. Until tonight, I did not know how eccentric.
Oh.
You know, it was not gallant of you to pretend that you were in the garden waiting for me to come to you.
I owe you an apology, madam.
I'm not yet at the age to follow gentlemen into gardens. A terrace, perhaps, is as far as I would go, if the man were attractive enough. So you have had an affair with Lady Margaret?
We were engaged.
It's the same.
Not when her father is your commanding officer, it isn't, no.
But it is finished now.
Yes, it's finished.
Then why is she watching? No, no. Do not turn round and stay where you are. I shall smile at you and she will be jealous.
Madam, I don't play games.
No? Then you will not win games. Come. Shall we walk?
Father, I hope you like your room. Oh, yes. It's the third on the left. It overlooks the river.
May I borrow a knife?
Monsieur. Monsieur, here is the preliminary report you asked for. No doubt the police surgeon will go into more detail later. Is there news of Mr. Brain?
He has not returned to his hotel in Paris, but I do not intend to sit up all night waiting for news of him, unless, of course, there's something in this to detain me.
There's just one detail which I find both strange and unpleasant. May I show you?
Very well.
Oh, may I?
Oh, please, Father Brown, you come too. I know how fascinated you are by puzzles.
Thank you.
Well, Father Brown.
Yes.
Well?
Forgive me, but there are 5 questions that I ask myself. Please, I do not doubt for one moment that this man was killed by the American Brain.
What are your questions?
First, why should a man attack another man with a sword when he might more easily stab him with a pocket knife, which he could put out of sight on his person afterwards?
Good. And the second?
Does a man see another man attack him with a saber and stand there in silence?
Yes, of course, the twigs. Oh, I'm sorry, Doctor.
Third, a rat could not get into that garden unobserved, yet the dead man did so. How? For, given the same conditions, how did Brain get out of the garden and the house?
And the fifth?
You will find that in my report. Now look here. When I first saw how the head had been cut, I supposed that the assassin had struck more than once, and so he did, but after the head had been severed. Now see this. You see these slashes across the truncated section? Brain struck the man's head off with a single blow and then stood over the body, slashing at it with a sword.
It is as I suspected it. The man is insane.
I wonder if Mr. Brain is skillful with a saber.
Skill was not necessary.
It was, you know. Oh, I don't mean to commit the murder. Anyone with strength enough could have done that. No, I was referring to the twigs.
The twigs?
Thank you for the report. I think we ought to retire. Gentlemen.
You will please say nothing to the newspapers until I have informed Monsieur Valentin. At all costs, the public must not be alarmed. Yes, Monsieur le Préfet will be personally in charge.
Is there news of Mr. Brain?
Indeed, there is.
He's been captured.
No, Monsieur l'Abbé. He has committed another murder.
He's done what?
And in the same manner as the first, by decapitation. Another head has been found. It seems that we are dealing with a homicidal maniac.
Monsieur Bourbon!
One moment, Doctor.
Well, I
I've given my word not to leave this place before midday, but on the stroke of 12, I and my family will be out of this house as fast as our legs can carry us. Anybody know where my wife is?
I think the ladies are taking breakfast on the terrace, Lord Galloway.
Gracious me, can they really eat something?
Women are such practical creatures.
The second victim, do they know who it is?
No, and so far only the head has been recovered. It was found in the river 100 meters from here.
I should like to see that head.
Well, I'm damned if I would. Brian, like to have a word with you in private.
With me?
In here.
It seems that Monsieur Brain left this house and then struck down a complete and innocent stranger.
Dr. Simon?
Doctor, ask them if I may see the head.
A normal person would ask not to see it.
Brian, last night I took you for a murderer and I said as much. I was wrong and I offer you my apologies.
I suppose it's a fact of life that when people insult one in public, they usually apologize in private.
If it's a public apology you want, you shall have it.
Never mind, it doesn't matter.
Ah, you young fool. Now, you took that money from the mess fund, and the court knew why you took it. But they'd have looked the other way, given you a second chance.
For your sake.
Yeah. Instead of that, you made a bolt for it and proved yourself a thief.
Look, guilty or innocent, I was finished in the army and you knew it.
Oh, rubbish. Do you suppose I was without influence? A word
I
from
didn't
me in the
want
right
your
quarters.
damned influence. Can't you see that's why I ran? Or did you really expect me to spend the rest of my life letting you haul me up by the bootstraps? The CO's son-in-law?
Yes, I suppose the world would be a better place if people got ahead by merit alone, but unfortunately they don't.
I did.
What, you call that foreign legion of yours an army? No. Now, look here, O'Brien. You're a deserter. Nothing can alter that. But I still do know the right people. You go home, you offer to take your medicine, I guarantee...
You mean desert from the Legion?
Oh, for God's sake, man, they're foreigners.
You wish to see this thing? Your friend's second experiment in butchery.
If I may, monsieur.
Most certainly.
Thank you.
Does it satisfy your curiosity?
And you really think that Julius Brain cut off this head also?
Both murders were by decapitation. They happened within a short distance of each other. The two heads were severed by the same weapon. So, do you doubt that Brain committed both crimes?
Well, I'm afraid I must, monsieur. You see, pardon me, it's not so easy for a man to cut off his own head.
Yes?
Well, don't you recognize him? This is, or was, Mr. Brain.
Oh, dear.
You're right. He's right.
Then Brain is not the murderer.
Well, one thing is certain. This crime was committed outside the house. So none of your guests can be under suspicion.
Don't forget, Doctor, Brain somehow managed to leave the house. Another person could have done so by the same method and then returned.
By what method?
Father Brown, you put us all to shame. But at least I discovered the identity of the first victim.
Oh, and is he an American?
Not quite. Last evening, a man named Louis Becker was executed for murder. As a small kindness, I tried to trace his brother, Arnold Becker. All we knew about this brother was that he had spent some time in America and was now believed to be in Germany. Last night, here, I was told that a note threatening my life had been received from Arnold Becker. There was also an attempt to put guards on this house. I instructed them to return to Paris, rather foolishly. Beaumont, look at this face. Do you see the resemblance?
To Louis Becker, of course.
I saw it last night. And then this morning I looked again and I knew it must be Arnold Becker.
Somehow he got into the garden.
Fortress.
He meant to kill you, but under the trees he met a man carrying a saber belonging to Commandant O'Brien.
That man saved my life, whether he meant to or not. Why did he lure Brain out of the house and kill him also? Come in. Well, Commandant.
Monsieur, I'm due to be at Marseille tomorrow morning to take ship for Morocco. I'm afraid I must leave now.
I have no further need of you. I wish you a good journey.
Thank you, sir. Gentlemen.
Monsieur.
Father Brown.
Oh, yes. God be with you, my son. God be with you.
Commandant? Oh, Ivan, you may unlock the door. My guests are free to leave as they wish.
Oh, well, it isn't midday yet.
My dear sir, this case will not be solved in another hour or two, if it ever is.
Well, it's already solved, Mr. Valentine.
You think so?
You see, the murderer was unfortunate in one respect. He never intended poor Mr. Brain's head to be found in the river. Brain was to have disappeared, a murderer on the run. And the dossier on this case would have remained open until the pages turned yellow. But the real mistake was that instead of planning a crime which was impossible to solve, the assassin devised a murder which simply could not have been committed.
I see. You have a fondness for paradox.
That's what I meant when I said the only clue in this case was its impossibility. Mr. Valentine, I get no pleasure at all from conjuring tricks. When a magician waves one hand in front of my face, I simply cannot take my eyes off his other hand.
Monsieur Valentin?
Not now.
Pardon, monsieur, but I need your written authority to call off the search.
For the late Mr. Brain. Leave it to me, thank you. Oh, in a moment, Father Brown, you shall tell me your theory.
It's rather more than that.
Evidence. Excellent, Father.
Monsieur Valentine says that his guests are free to leave now if they wish to.
High time, too.
I do not think I shall come here for dinner again. It has been a most boring experience.
Boring, madam?
You and I have different tastes in matters of excitement, monsieur. Au revoir.
Au revoir, madame.
Well, come along with you. Let's see if we can find a taxi.
Yes.
Would your lordship permit me to say goodbye to Lady Margaret?
Well, if she's already compromised herself on your account, I don't suppose any further harm can be done. But it's up to her. She'll do as she pleases, only don't keep us waiting.
Goodbye, sir. Lady Galloway.
I'm sorry the Duchess had a boring night.
Are you?
Where will you go now?
I'm going to Fez. It's in Morocco.
That sounds exotic.
We can't talk here. Can we walk in the garden?
There you are. Doctor. Monsieur le Préfect tells me that you have solved our crime.
Well, let's just say that I can answer those 5 questions.
Those...
Oh, you haven't forgotten, surely, Doctor. Last night you asked the 5 hardest questions to do with this business. Would you care to ask them once again, now?
Monsieur le Préfect is with the English Lord, but he will be here within the few seconds.
Monsieur l'Abbé is providing me with some answers.
Oh, do sit down, Mr.
Beaumont.
Mr. Beaumont.
Now then, well, let me see, yes. My first question was, why should a man kill another man with a clumsy saber when he might more easily do it with a pocket knife?
And the answer. A man cannot behead another man with a knife. And for this murder, beheading was absolutely necessary.
Why?
Your second question.
Very well. Why did the man not cry out?
The twigs. You see, no one asked himself why those twigs should be lying in the grass, some distance from the trees. The murderer amused his victim by doing tricks with a saber. showing him how to make strokes with it. He slashed, and in doing so, he cut off twigs from one of the trees. When the victim bent down to examine the result, he used the saber one more time, and the head fell.
Well, that makes sense. But my next two questions will baffle anyone. Number 3. How did the victim, the stranger, get into the garden?
There never was a stranger in the garden.
Bertie! Bertie, where are you? Bertie! Oh, for heaven's sake, answer me!
What is it? What the devil's the matter?
Oh, it's terrible.
What is it? You ill or something?
It's Margaret. I went upstairs to our room to get my bag, and when I came down...
Margaret, but isn't she with O'Brien?
Well, that's just it. He says they've gone.
Gone?
Yes, together in our taxi. Oh, don't you understand? She's with him.
In our taxi?
I see. There never was a stranger in the garden. Well, I seem to remember carrying a dead body into the dining room. You are saying that he never entered the garden?
No, not entirely.
But surely, monsieur, a man either gets into a garden or he does not.
Oh, Doctor, you're pleased to make jokes, no matter.
Father Brown, but how did the American brain get out of the garden?
He didn't.
He... Monsieur, if you were not a man of the
Please, for
church...
the sake of a brief but most pleasant acquaintanceship, I beg you to humor me. Now, ask your final question.
The head and shoulders were mutilated by the sword. It was done after death. Why?
Why indeed? Why else but to make you believe that that particular head belonged to that particular body?
I think I'm going mad.
You see, gentlemen, you did not find a strange body in the garden. What you found was the body of Julius Brain. Now, the murderer hacked off his victim's head and threw the sword over the wall. But he was too clever to fling the sword only. He flung the head also and into the river. Then he had only to provide that corpse with another head. And you all imagined an entirely new man.
It's preposterous. Provide him with another head? What other head? From where?
From the basket of the guillotine. Where else? You forget that there was an execution in Paris last night. And your chief of police, Monsieur Valentine, stood beside the condemned man.
Valentine? Monsieur, what are you saying?
Now, gentlemen, please, I beg you to hear me out. Hear me out. Valentine would have done anything to break what he called the superstition of the cross. One day he heard a whisper that Julius Brain was about to be converted to Catholicism. He learned that there were millions of dollars waiting to be poured into the coffers of the impoverished Church of France. Julius Brain never did anything by half. He would support 6 nationalist newspapers to aid Valentine's enemies. Can't have been easy for Valentine to remain in power with the Catholic press braying for his head. So he resolved to take Brain's head and keep his own. He wrote a note to the police threatening his own life, purporting to come from Arnold Becker. He then attended the execution of Louis Becker, and using his influence, he removed the head for forensic purposes, no doubt. He brought it down here. He argued with Brain, who stood firm on the matter of leaving his millions to the church. The die was cast. He led him into the garden after dinner, and
I don't believe it. I don't
it was
believe
almost, not quite, but almost a perfect crime. What one would expect from so great a detective.
Monsieur, I insist that you repeat these accusations in front of Monsieur Valentine.
Of course, Monsieur Beaumont. He'll confess. He's a man of integrity. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if he already knows the game is up. Otherwise, he would... Yes, of course. He'd have sent for me by now.